8 celebrities who left their men for women. 1. Sarah Paulson. On her sexuality, Paulson says it's a fluid situation. She dated playwright Tracy Letts for several years. Then they broke up and she hooked up with a fellow actress. Her partner, Holland Taylor, is 81 years old. Paulson is 49. 2. Anne Heche. Anne Heche and Steve Martin were together for 2 years. Then she met Ellen DeGeneres at an Oscar party in 1997. She soon dumped Martin for a romance with DeGeneres. Ellen came out as a lesbian on her TV show a week later. The couple split 3.5 years later.
If I weren't the most famous lesbian in the world, no one would notice,
DeGeneres said. Heche married Coley LaFoon in 2002. 3. Angelina Jolie. Jolie met Johnny Lee Miller in 1995 when they filmed Hackers. The pair tied the knot soon thereafter. In 1996, Jolie met Japanese model Jenny Shimizu. They began an affair behind Miller's back. Jolie divorced Miller in 1999 and started dating Shimizu.
I would probably have married Jenny if I hadn't married my husband,
She said. 4. Meredith Baxter. Baxter was married to 3 men before she found herself. Her last marriage was to screenwriter Michael Blodgett. They tied the knot in 1995 before calling it quits in 2000. Baxter later admitted that she deliberately chose men she was incompatible with. It was a means of explaining the splits later. In 2009, Baxter came out as lesbian. She married Nancy Locke 4 years later. 5. Amber Heard. Heard's marriage to Johnny Depp went down in flames. Even before the lawsuits, it was a big deal. There were rumors that Heard dumped Depp for Marie de Villepin. She was also still shacking up with her ex-girlfriend, Tasya Van Ray. Then Heard moved on to cinematographer Bianca Booty. They apparently split up in 2021. 6. Lindsay Lohan. In 2007, Lohan dumped Callum Best. Soon afterward, she hooked up with Samantha Ronson. The ladies had a notoriously tumultuous relationship. Lohan later denied being gay or bisexual. She said her relationship with Ronson was toxic.
I was bold enough to say, yeah, I like a girl.
Lohan also hooked up with Courtney Simmel. 7. Cynthia Nixon. Nixon was with partner Danny Moses for 16 years. They had 2 kids before calling it quits in 2003. Shortly after, news broke that Nixon had a girlfriend. That girlfriend is now Nixon's wife, Christine Marinoni.
If anybody, prior to my meeting and falling in love with Christine, had asked me about what I think about sexuality, I would have said I think we're all bisexual.
Cynthia Nixon. 8. Kristen Stewart. Stewart dated Robert Pattinson while Twilight lasted. Then they famously broke up after her affair with Rupert Sanders. The couple reconciled, only to split up for good. A few months later, Stewart immediately began dating Alicia Cargile. She briefly dated French singer Soko in 2016. Then she resumed dating Cargile and later left her for Stella Maxwell. In 2017, Stewart confirmed her bisexuality, saying,
You're not confused if you're bisexual. It's not confusing at all. For me, it's quite the opposite.
She's currently engaged to screenwriter Dylan Meyer.